Welcome to Great Neighborhood Cooks. I'm your host, Rob Kircher. Each week I'm going to be knocking on the doors of amazing cooks who live down the street or around the corner. Who knows, maybe from your own neighborhood. For the most part, they're unsung cooks known mainly to their family and friends. Or they might be cooks from that great little hideaway restaurant that we love to discover. Either way, their relative obscurity is about to change as I bring them into the spotlight. So who will be the next discovered great neighborhood cook? Well, stay tuned to find out. Welcome to another segment of Great Neighborhood Cooks. Folks, I'm in Naples, Florida, and I'm going to catch up with a guy who is this amazing, amazing cook. Come on, let's go meet him. Hey Mark, how are you?
Very well, how are you? Good to see you. Come on in.
Oh, great. Thank you. This is Mark. Hi Mark, how are you? Thanks
Very
for
well.
inviting us into your kitchen. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Well, you are a substance abuse counselor, but you're also a very trained chef as well, right?
Yes, sir.
And today you're going to do what?
I'm going to do an Asian steak that I feel is something that can be made with a very affordable cut of meat that usually doesn't have a whole lot of quality to it, but you can turn it into something absolutely delicious. This is just your basic old London broil, you know, not a very desirable cut of meat by any means, but in order to make it delicious, you just have to tenderize it very good. That's the key.
And you do it with a fork, you don't do it with a hammer, right?
I do not. I just jab some holes into it. Some people do it with a knife, but you get better penetration with a fork. And of course, a little bit of salt and pepper.
Basic at this point, right?
Very basic.
Well, you know, I like the fact that you're using actually the tray that comes with the meat to kind of contain everything at this point.
Yeah, I like to do that just so I don't have to dirty my cutting board when I'm going to have to cut vegetables and other things on it.
Good point, yeah.
Especially if you're working with chicken or anything like that. Really get it in there.
Wow.
Yep.
That is a good tip. It's amazing.
That's why I call it the quick marinade. And then I like to add a little bit of ginger, but I like to use a ginger paste. This is same thing as fresh ginger without having to grate it.
Yeah.
And then for the kicker, a little bit of lime zest.
That's the lime.
Give it a little tap, and then this just gives it a little acidity, and I call it the wow factor.
Now you get this super hot. Is this you're looking for it to kind of smoke at this point?
I get it pretty warm. Yeah, I like a medium-high heat. I don't want it to be too hot because I don't want to burn everything that's on here.
Right.
I just want to give it a quick sear before I pop it in the oven, and then that's where it's going to finish. And then I leave it in the oven for approximately 8 to 10 minutes until it's a nice medium rare. Then you have crossover time where it's going to sit and rest anyways and continue cooking. But I want it to be a nice medium rare.
And what degree do you put the oven in?
350.
350, okay.
Yeah, it's just a standard temperature.
So Mark, the steak is ready now, right?
Sure is. After about 8 to 10 minutes, it's roughly been about 8.
Look at
Take
that.
this puppy out.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
I call that blossoming.
Oh.
I'm going to just let it rest right on the plate for a little while.
I like when you said let it relax opposed to resting. I like it.
Yeah.
Let it relax.
Steak needs to relax. And then to make my sauce, you see all those beautiful drippings down there?
Yeah.
That is nothing but flavor, baby.
Ooh.
So I just
transfer that over, huh?
I transfer that right over to my saucepan. A little bit of soy sauce here, and then a little rice wine vinegar for some acidity. Yep. And then a little garlic. A little bit of ginger paste.
More ginger.
Of course, I'm going to need a thickening agent, and that's when the sugar comes in.
Ah, okay, yeah.
This is going to be very similar to your Japanese steakhouse sauces. They're very common. A couple of healthy scoops because, you know, it's kind of like doing a gastrique.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you get these bottles of, you know, they call it glaze, balsamic glaze.
Yeah.
All it is equal parts of vinegar and sugar reduced by 50%. Use 1 cup of balsamic vinegar, 1 cup of sugar, reduce it by half. Save it for a year. It's fine. I like to put a little
more zest of lime, huh?
Just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And I like to just throw in some fresh cilantro. And if you like to
Oh yeah. Look at that.
give this a little sniff and tell me what you think.
I think it's incredible. Incredible.
And then all I really want to do now at this point is just, I don't want to burn the sugar, I just want to melt it. So I take it off the heat and I just stir it slightly vigorously. Well, one of my favorite tricks to doing rice is to avoid the measuring, because you always use 1.5 parts of water per 1 part of rice. So all you have to do is just put your rice into a pan, but keep into consideration your rice will expand as it cooks. Yes, sir. No need to measure. Cook with love.
I like the fact that you call me sir all the time. What do you think about that?
And then just fill it with water and cover it.
That's some more lime.
Zest some lime. I'm not going to use any lime juice. I don't want acidity. I just want flavor. And then I just sprinkle that right in there because that's going to infuse that water. Just grab a nice bunch of cilantro. And again, this is something that's very strong. So all you want to do is just give it a rough chop and make sure your knife is really sharp. You don't want to bruise your herbs. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp.
Love it.
Grab a lid.
Pop that on. Ooh.
And just set it right there. And then while that's doing what it needs to do, I'm going to go and grab that pan I used for my steak.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all that stuff on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
That's not burnt on food, that's flavor.
It is flavor.
That's what they call in the industry fond. So now I'm just going to throw the asparagus in there because there's plenty of oil already, as you can see. You can see it heating up and boiling. I'm not even blanching my asparagus because it's called charring.
You're charring it, okay.
Yes. No need to blanch it. Just put that at a nice high heat.
Yep.
Just give it a good char. Using all the flavor that was still in the pan.
Mark, the reason for charring the asparagus, what does that actually do to the flavor of the asparagus?
I feel it makes it nuttier. I think it makes it more appealing because it's different than your standard boring blanched asparagus that is cooked in boiling water and then dropped into an ice bath. And there's only so much you can do.
It's killed. It's basically killed. I think.
Yeah, I don't want to kill it. It's like cooking a steak well done. It's already been killed once. Don't kill it again.
Yeah. You got hockey pucks.
Exactly.
We don't like hockey pucks.
Yeah. Whenever I see somebody order a well done steak, I always hear taps in the background. Poor animal.
Love it.
I like to take the moisture from the meat. Put it right in there.
Now that really is the capper, I'll tell you.
That is
the capper. You squeeze every last drop of flavor from everything you do.
That's correct. And now I am ready to start plating.
Well, let's do it. Well, Mark has plated, as you can see, and it's absolutely amazing. Is that pickled red onions on there?
Yes, it is.
Wow. And that just adds another, it's like putting icing on the cake, right?
It's like another dimension in the universe.
Now, we're going to pair this with what kind of a wine?
This is a Shiraz. I feel that Shiraz is something that goes really great with anything that you have that requires some sweetness to it. For instance, the sauce that I made to go with this steak.
Okay, Mark, let's make a little toast here to your amazing meal.
Thank you.
Look forward to it. Oh, that is good. So, folks, we're going to dive into this thing, but I also wanted to remind you to go to our website, which is www.greatneighborhoodcooks.com, to download the recipe for this amazing Asian steak that Mark has prepared, and also we'll have behind-the-scenes photos and a little bio on Mark. So let's dive in here.
Yeah, let's give it a taste.
Can't wait. I don't think I've had asparagus like that before.
I've always enjoyed cooking it in a pan with ingredients that were in there prior, only because it adds a whole different dimension.
Chef, amazing. Congratulations. Incredible meal.